Up next, the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Retro Series Hasbro Pulsecon exclusive Venom. Before we do anything else, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And then let's talk about it.
MBB on the track.
What up, party people in the place? I am the Ruckus, and these are my toys. On deck, we have the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Retro Series Hasbro Pulsecon exclusive Venom, taken from the 90s cartoon. What we have here is specialized packaging, as is typical with con exclusives. And I say con, as I stated, this is a Hasbro Pulsecon exclusive. It was intended originally to be a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive. We all know what time it is with that, so there's no reason to go into that. It is what it is. We've got the figure through Hasbro having their own con, calling it Pulsecon, and so here we are. Anyhow, our packaging, we see it. It's black, basically just a black shipper box, if you would, with an illustration of Venom. You'll take note the stylized aspect of the picture. That's because this is Venom based on how he appeared in the Spider-Man 90s cartoon, and with the green slime from the tongue, etc. You have the Marvel logo down below, as well as Hasbro on the other side. Looking at the side of the box, you can see that you have a spot varnished Venom logo going along there. Turning to the rear of the box, you have spot varnished illustration of Venom himself, along with some legalese and the Marvel logo. Turn to the other side. Once again, you've got that spot varnished Venom, only from the other direction. You got 0 on the bottom and legalese. I should say legalese on the bottom and 0 on the top. And that's about the size of it. So let's see what's inside this package, shall we? So what we found inside is Venom on retro card packaging. As you can see, you've got the Marvel Comics logo up top, the Spider-Man logo from the 90s cartoon. You've got artwork showing Venom on the side there, and of course you've got the clamshell that fully displays Venom and his accessories. Turning to the back, once again, you have the Spider-Man logo, more artwork of Venom. You have an illustration showing how you exchange heads, and you have a write-up which reads, "A shiny, slithering alien symbiote bonds with hopeless reporter Eddie Brock and transforms him into Venom, one of Spider-Man's most dangerous foes." As always with Marvel Legends, right to the point, short, and sweet. So looking at it, the front again, looks very interesting. You can see that he's got some different deco than the typical Venom figures that we're used to getting. Let's get him out of the packaging. So we've got Venom out of the packaging, and first things first, first thing we notice is this Venom is built on a different buck than what we're used to when it comes to Venom figures. This particular buck is, this Venom is on the Omega Red body mold, and I'm very happy about that. The Omega Red body mold is definitely, it's got great articulation, and it's a larger figure. I think it suits Venom well. I know a lot of people, they want Venom to be bigger based on how a lot of artists draw him, but he is a big guy. Eddie Brock is a big guy, but he's not supposed to be crazy overwhelming. And I think Hasbro got it right. The second thing we notice are the different colors. We know Venom to be black and white. That's about it. But once again, this is based off of the cartoon, and if you recall the cartoon, that Venom was laced in blue and red highlights, and that's what we have here. So let's take a closer look at Eddie Brock. So now we've up close and personal with Venom, and looking at the head. He of course has the slithering tongue. There's no slime on this version of the tongue. The tongue is forked. Looking at the paint apps, we'll start looking at the eyes first. Those look pretty clean. I like that. He's got blue lining starting on his right side of his skull, goes right to the center, and on the left side is red. His teeth, they look pretty clean, and you can see he even has some slight gum work in there. Bottom teeth also look pretty clean. The same thing is happening in the right side of the jaw, the lower jaw. It's lined in blue, and the left side is lined in red. And then, of course, you've got that slithering tongue right there. And looking more at the apps on there, you see you've got the blue on one side and red on the other. Red seems to be for the most part on his left side, and blue for the most part on his right, at least on the upper torso. Down his right arm, you've got blue. His hands are blue. The thumb is red. And looking at the inside of his arm, you see that his bicep and inside interior shoulder, underarm we'll call it, is red, as well as the inside of his forearm. On the left side, it's red. It begins in red and is red all the way down, and on the inside is blue, the exact opposite of what's going on the right side. His torso, he's got his black body with the white spider logo on there, and pretty clean. I love it. I love it when the paint apps are on point, especially when you're dealing with white. You know how iffy white can be. If you look at his packs, his six pack, it's laced in blue on his right side and red on his left, and it stays that same way going further down. And then when you get to his legs, his right leg is got blue on the outside and red on the inside, vice versa on the left leg. And when you go down, it's the same thing when you're on the calves, the same thing. And then his feet, the same thing. Left foot red, right foot blue. Turning to his back, he's got those colors there at his neck, going down into his the back side of his of the top side of his back. The spider logo, once again, is clean. It continues on from the front. It's all connected. The line work is lovely. He's got on his left arm, you've got the blue highlight. The right arm, the red, and he even has paint on the rear of his thighs. Hasbro's they really impressed me. But then once again, this is a Comic-Con exclusive. They usually go a little further, the extra mile for their con exclusives. So As you can see on his left leg, the rear, he's got the red stripe, and on the right leg, the blue stripe. So that's the paint deco on our Venom. As far as his accessories are concerned, Venom comes with a second set of hands, these being closed fists, and the paint apps extend to the fists too. You see he's got the red and the blue on his knuckles, on his thumbs, and of course on the back of his hands. Venom also comes with an additional head sculpt, this one without the extended tongue, and same thing is good. He's got great paint apps on the eyes, and on his the lining on the top of the jaw. I think I'll have to check to see if what you see right there is the same on the head sculpt that came out of packaging. You see that that's broken up. You don't have that on this side. That might be intentional. The paint on the teeth are good, even the red in the gums. His tongue, which is retracted into his mouth, looks pretty good in there. And the lower jaw, the blue and the red, they're all good. We'll stick it on Venom's body to get a better look. So we've got the other head on Venom's body now, and it looks as good as the other one, but that area of concern that I brought up previously, let's check that out. I saw that it is intentional, that that breakup right there is meant to be, so that's good. I was afraid that I had a messed up paint app anyway. But anyhow, that is Venom with his other head sculpt. And here's Venom with his fists. Getting into Venom's articulation, his head is on a ball hinge. It can rotate side to side. You can get it further up, but you can't do 360 because of all of that muscle mass on his back, and that same muscle mass prevents his head from going further back than that. As you can see, he can look down that much. As far as his arms, he can get his arms out to 90. He can rotate 360. He has a bicep. Swivel there. Double jointed elbows. He's got a wrist swivel and a horizontal hinge. He has butterfly joints, which work very well front and back. Great. He has his torso. He's got an ab crunch that he can get that far. That's fantastic. Can go back that far. Waist rotation. He could do the splits that far. He's got a thigh cut, double jointed knees, and he does have an ankle rocker, which he can point the toe that far down, that far up, and the pivot is great. Peg holes on the bottom of his feet. Taking a measurement of Venom, he's standing right at 7 inches, which translates to 18 centimeters. Big boy. Now lining up the old with the new. You see on the right, that's the Venom that we've typically gotten, and you can see the differences. Obviously, there's more paint deco on the Retro Series Venom based on the cartoon, after all, but other differences. Let me turn this a little bit this way so you could see this Venom's hand, and turn this Venom that way. You can see that the 616 Venom, we'll call him, has the white patches on the tops of his hand, whereas the Retro Series Venom doesn't have that. I would say one of the reasons is because their origins are completely different. So that could be one of the reasons why the design went in that direction. The other difference, outside of the height, let's get that out the way. You've got the difference in height. That's crazy. It looks like the Retro Series Venom is about half a head taller than the 616 Venom. The other thing is, other difference would be the tongue. You get the green slop on the 616 Venom, and even though the packaging shows the Retro Series Venom with the green slime, we don't get that here. The other thing of note is mentioning the hands and about the patches, the hands themselves. The Retro Series Venom, whoa, you're about to fall over. Let's not have that. Stand up, you. The Retro Series Venom has large clawed hands, and obviously the 616 Venom, the comic book version, does not. I'm racking my brains. I know I've seen these hands before. If I had to take a guess, I'd say that these were Caliban's hands. If anybody knows whose hands these ones belong to, put that down in the comments below. But I think these used to be Caliban's hands. Anyhow, that's the comparison between the old and the new. And after having to move the figures back so I can get the Sony Vision Venom in frame, here they go. You've got movie Venom next to cartoon Venom, and movie Venom is the size that I know a lot of people would wish the standard Venom would be. And some people want him to be that. I think people want Venom to be movie Venom's height, but cartoon Venom's girth, if that makes any sense. Last but not least, we've got Retro Series Venom standing next to and up against the one that kicked it all off for the Spider-Man Retro Series line, the Superposable Spider-Man. So to sum it all up, the Marvel Legends Spider-Man Retro Series Hasbro Pulsecon exclusive Venom, cartoon Venom, is I'm digging it. I can't even front. I'm loving the fact that the Omega Red body's being used. It's definitely got the paint apps derived from, based on the cartoon. It's got the exaggerated clawed hands. The articulation is great for a big bulky buck that this is on. That's really great. It's got a lot of good articulation. Comes with a set of closed fists, and it's can't say any more about that. It's really great. It was a Pulsecon exclusive, so that was the time to get it. And if you didn't, then unfortunately you missed out. But those of you that did manage to procure a Venom, more power to you. Hope you're enjoying it, and that's all I can say about it. So I won't say anything else and have this video go any further than it is. So thank you guys for hanging with me, for rocking with me, and please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and smash that bell so you can be notified when I upload another video. Until the next time, my peeps, remember, the hunt continues, and I'm out. Peace.